It's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Sunday, January 30th. So today we do still have our moon in this low and slow Capricorn energy for the majority of the day. It will go void of course around 11:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and will lock into Aquarian energy early Monday morning. We are definitely in the new moon window though. Things are dark. Of course, there's no illumination from the moon's light in the sky, which kind of pushes us into our own darkness. Kind of sitting there reviewing all that has happened, looking at what it is that we no longer want to experience. And of course, from that, we create a brand new framework on what it is that we are going to plant as new seeds of intentions under the new moon peak energy. If you haven't downloaded your moon guide, I would definitely recommend you go do that. Do the work, do the shadow work, get yourself in alignment, and prepare for this beautiful new moon in Aquarius that is definitely going to open our minds for a brand new path, a brand new possibility in moving forward. So today we have 9 different aspects in the sky and 6 of them involve the moon. The moon right out of the gate is going to bump into the true node. Now, the true node now in Taurus energy is trying to show us what it is that we need to build, what it is that we need to create, what it is we have to give birth to. As far as our routines go, our relationships go, our money matters, our self-worth, our self-values go. The moon in Capricorn, of course, wants to focus on what it is that we actually have control over in the here and now, what it is we can do for ourselves in the here and now in order to actually bridge the kind of strong foundations that we're going to need in order to bridge the gap from where it is that we're at to where it is that, of course, we're desiring to be. The moon is going to bump into Saturn, and of course Saturn rules over Capricorn energy, the Lord of Karma himself, very focused on our roles and responsibilities. The moon bumping into Saturn in this way is likely going to come as an outside activator, an outside trigger, really putting the weight of the pressure that we feel on our shoulders. Some of the roles and responsibilities that we currently have are sucking the life out of us. We have to kind of think outside of the box. We have to reorganize how it is that we're going to honor our commitments without it being the bane of our existence. This is likely going to trigger us to have to boss up emotionally, rearrange, restructure, reorganize how it is that we are going to honor these commitments and still not feel like we are losing a piece of ourselves in the process. Mars is going to bump into the true node in a very happy way. Of course, Mars in Capricorn, we are definitely putting our nose to the grindstone. We have a lot to accomplish. We're not backing down. We have a new confidence, a new bravery, a new boldness that is creating a certain empowerment for us to stand firm in what it is that we want, what it is that we believe in. And of course, we're trying to build long-term, strong enough foundations to house the kind of dreams that we know we're inspired to pursue. The true node is our destiny point. It's showing us where it is that we want to be. And because Mars does rule over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, and our desires, we're definitely reworking our plans to move forward. We're rethinking our strategy on how it is that we're going to make the major moves that we have to make. Of course, not until we've reviewed it, fine-tooth combed it, analyzed it right to death, and are certain that this is the right calculated move to make. The sun is going to square Uranus, and of course the sun is in Aquarius, shining a bright light on where it is that we have to get innovative, where it is that we have to push the boundaries of our comfort zones, where it is that we have to kind of fight for our independence and our freedoms. And this Uranian energy rules over Aquarius energy. Uranian energy is electrical. It comes in from the higher realms. It inspires us. It gives us an aha moment of genius. But here's the thing. We're at odds right now. The square is a tension point. It's a conflict within oneself. We have the willpower, we have the direction, we have the vision, but the details are a little bit foggy. They're not as clear as we need them to be. Emotionally speaking, we're very uncertain on what it is that we actually do want. We're more concerned with what it is that we don't want. And again, use that framework of what it is that you don't want in order to create a brand new system, a brand new structure on what it is that you want to set for brand new intentions under this new moon in Aquarius. The moon is going to sextile Neptune. This is going to be a beautiful energy for us to channel in some inspiration, some creativity on how it is that we're going to come up with some solutions to our problems at this time and actually bring it to life. That moon in Capricorn, again, is very down to earth. That Neptune energy is anything but earth. It's our metaphysical realm, our spiritual realm, our soul realm. Our intuition is very strong. We are channeling visions from the higher realms, and the moon in Capricorn is going to help us kind of compartmentalize what needs to be done in order to actually bring some of those visions to life. The moon is going to semi-square Jupiter, who is in Pisces, and a semi-square is a little bit of friction, a little bit of tension, because Jupiter wants us to grow. And the Capricorn energy would prefer to stay in the present moment to perfect the here and now. So there is a little bit of conflict because Jupiter wants us to think about the future. He wants us to think about the challenges that we're currently facing and how it is inspiring us to grow and expand our vision, our spirituality, our faith. And the moon in Capricorn is just like, you know what? Why don't we just focus on what we have control over in the here and now before we go conjuring up a bunch of dreams, a bunch of visions that we don't have any control over? Venus, who is fresh out of her retrograde, still kind of rubbing the sleep out of her eyes, is going to bump into the sun. And this is likely going to be an outside trigger and activator as well. And here's why. Venus, of course, has had a huge internalized journey going through the ups and downs, figuring out what makes her happy, what it is that she wants to do with her life, where in her relationships, in her finances, there needs to be some major changes. The sun, of course, being an Aquarian energy, just wants to show where it is that we got to think outside of the box. But Venus is still not up to par. She's still not up to speed. She is just coming out of her 40-day, 40-night slumber in the underworld. And so it's likely that we are going to have an activation in our physical realms to remind us, to inspire us, to empower us to make the kinds of changes in our physical realm that we have been contemplating, that we have had a very hard reality slap, if you will, on what it is that we have to do once we're given the green light go ahead. This huge illumination is likely going to be where we're being tested on our values, on our worth. We've done some amazing work within ourselves, and it's likely going to manifest in someone outside of ourselves, really pushing our buttons to see where it is that we're going to stand and hold the line, pushing for a brand new respect, a brand new boundary, or where it is that we're going to fall victim to our ego and fall back into bad patterns and behaviors. The moon is going to conjunct both Mercury and Pluto. Let's talk about this for a second. Mercury and Pluto are sitting very close to one another. This is why there are some very harsh truths now rising to the surface. There is some corruption being revealed, some betrayal being revealed. There is a lot of lies coming to the surface and a lot of aha moments coming to our mental plane when reflecting back over the past obstacles, challenges, and situations. The moon conjunct, meaning sitting next to both Mercury and Pluto, is definitely going to allow those not so nice parts of ourselves to be acknowledged. Again, we're in the dark phase of the moon. Negative Nancy comes out. Betty the bully comes out. We are all kinds of somber, all kinds of semi-depressed. That happens. We have to have a breakdown before we have a breakthrough. The new moon in Aquarius is the biggest breakthrough that we could ever possibly have. But we do have to sit in the weight of our worries, of our pain, of our suffering, of our struggle. We do have to be a little bit mind-effed in order to realize what it is that we are absolutely done with, what it is we never want to think of, experience ever again. And having this kind of applied pressure for us to sit in our darkness is only going to make us appreciate the light that much more.